Now, more than 10 million people have been displaced by the war in Ukraine. Hundreds of employers in the UK are keen to support refugees, but it's not easy matching people's skills to suitable jobs. Well, the organisation Refuge Aid is aiming to fix that. Joining me now is the tech entrepreneur and chief executive of Enterprise Alumni, Emma Sinclair. Emma, welcome to you. How many refugees from Ukraine do you think are looking actively for work here in the UK?
Morning, Ian. Well, it's hundreds. We are specifically focused on one particular part of that, which is people who have skills. What typically happens, Ian, is that there's little or no support for refugees to gain employment with skills and experience that corresponds with what they were able to do before. And so ensuring that refugees find work commensurate with that experience is vital. So if you think about it, when you get to the United Kingdom, if you need to learn English, if you need to have UK reaccreditation, whether it's dentist, HGV driver, lawyer, whatever it might be, that usually involves exams, further training, and it's prohibitively expensive for most. So we are focusing on this area.
You mentioned the cost. I mean, roughly speaking, how much does it cost to train someone in order to make them fit for the UK workforce, as it were?
Well, it very much depends on what your skill was. If you were an HGV driver, then perhaps you just need to do some driver refresher skills. If you are a dentist, then you've got months and months of learning. And in fact, there's a huge backlog and wait of a couple of years as a result of COVID to actually take your exams. So it very much depends on what your skill was before. But supporting yourself whilst doing that is impossible if you've just arrived with absolutely nothing. So what typically happens is you have neurosurgeons working as care assistants, marine engineers working as cab drivers, lawyers are stacking supermarket shelves. And there's nothing wrong with stacking a supermarket shelf. My first job was at McDonald's, but I had prospects. And I think, for me, from personal experience, from my own family coming here almost a century ago from the Ukraine and from friends' families, what you don't want to find is people who have those skills only working in survival level jobs, never really speaking English and not contributing to the workforce. It's no good for us, it's no good for them, and it's no good for UK employers.
Absolutely. I mean, this is very personal for you. Your father's side of the family came from Ukraine.
They did, yeah. They came fleeing pogroms and war almost a little bit more than a century ago. So it's intensely personal. So you think about what happened when people got here and how much help they didn't have. I've watched it with friends who have parents that have come from Afghanistan. And imagine being displaced through no fault of your own and not being able to continue the career that you studied for, that you worked hard for. It's just so debilitating on top of everything else. So we've corralled a huge group of companies keen to help. We had a pilot 6 weeks ago, 4 companies helped with that, PwC, FDM, Page Group and Portman. And now we've got 14 new companies in the second scale up who are all supporting, from BP and Mulberry to Kier and Telus, Currys, Airfin, there's 14, 15 companies who are putting their money where their mouth is, helping with these 6 months English training, supporting the recertification. And of course, behind that is the amazing charity Refuge, who'd already started to do this on a small scale. And we are really capitalising that. Very proud.
Yes. You mentioned there's some big names getting involved here. Do they get first dibs on any potential recruits as a result of their involvement with the campaign?
Great question. So there is no right to employ anybody that is supported and sponsored. That wouldn't make sense. But what happens is that all of the companies that are working with us then have a relationship with the Refuge recruitment desk to make sure that when they've finished their course, they are able to find a job that works. So dentists with Portman Dental, we've got finance people with FinCap, we've got people in oil and gas going to BP, we've got property people who are going to Persimmon, making sure that people have the right home and the right skills. And we've had some of the largest recruitment companies in the world who are scaling up and supporting the recruitment desk, which has been fantastic. We've got software from Impellum, we've got people from Page and from Robert Walters. Everybody has come together in a really beautiful cross-industry way to make sure that Refuge have what they need. It's been spectacular to watch.
Yeah, we know a lot of the people that run those companies. Emma, good to see you this morning. Best of luck with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian.